I'm responding to a comment that reads, "Hey, at the very end of the conference call today, after the Q&A, Thomas vaguely mentioned that he had representatives at the Trump-Saudi meeting, and that he also had a Saudi company, probably Al Koryaf, also representing them. I was wondering if you had any theories." Well, let's listen first to the end of the Q&A call.
In addition to that, I just wanted to highlight that our team was participating in and part of the visit that President Trump had over to Saudi Arabia over the last couple of days here. We've been doing that in partnership with a company there in Saudi Arabia.
He doesn't mention which company it is.
And we hope to share more on that visit here in the coming days. So with that, thank you for joining today's earnings call, and we look forward to sharing further updates.
So if they're going to be releasing more information in the next couple of days, we should maybe hear about it next week. Now, someone on Reddit posted this LinkedIn post from Govi. He's the Chief Commercial Officer at HYLN, and in his post he says, "Excited to participate and represent HYLN in the Saudi-US Investment Forum this week, a platform uniting the leadership and innovators of Saudi Arabia and the United States, under the patronage of President Donald Trump and His Royal Highness Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman. Engaging discussions await on energy security and technology with partners and industry leaders. More to come as the forum unfolds." So the chief commercial officer was there. They don't state which company it is, so you're going to have to go back to this press release of HYLN signs letter of intent with Al Koryaf to deploy Carno generators for agricultural applications in Saudi Arabia. And so we can confirm that Al Koryaf is in Saudi Arabia, but we don't know if HYLN was talking to them at this U.S. Saudi Arabia thing, but I have a feeling they were, and that's speculation. And the only way that they can get into this kind of thing is through General Electric and or Tarek Sultan from Agility. Those are the two connections that he has. And it sounds like the LOI outlines plans for HYLN to deliver 12 200 kilowatt Carno generator units to Saudi Arabia for deployment in agricultural and other power generation applications. We don't know what those power generator applications are. And to quote the CEO of the Al Koryaf Group, the agricultural sector requires innovative energy solutions that not only meet its unique operational demands, but also support sustainability and growth. Partnering with HYLN to Al Koryaf has a 50-year legacy of pioneering innovative technologies across industries, with Gulf Power leading its efforts in power generation. So they mention Gulf Power, and now you have to ask yourself, well, what does Gulf Power do? It looks like they produce generators. So this may be a crazy idea, but Gulf Power could, and this is speculation, they could be assembling those Carno generators and shipping them globally. It almost follows this kind of like a similar playbook to Liquid Piston, because as I watched the videos about Liquid Piston, they also mentioned that licensing out the technology would have the highest margin of return. And listening to early videos from HYLN when the chief strategy officer started out there, she said that they want to keep things asset light. They want to take an asset light approach. So you don't want to stockpile 3D printers in Texas. You want someone else to be handling the 3D printers and creating the generators and assembling them. So my theory would be Gulf Power could be one of these companies that could do that. Now, there's one more video from this Al Koryef commercial group.
We are working on a project with the Saudi electricity company to provide them with mobile generators. And so basically, this is a project that was initiated by them, engineered and executed by ourselves. So we are we made two different type of mobile power stations. So
they're making mobile power stations, and according to one of the subtitles, so one is going to be a truck.
One is going to be a truck, and the other one is going to be a tugged truck. Okay, so they can place them at any place.
Portable power.
So this contains tanks, control panels, wiring, cabling, everything. So this project we've done together with the Saudi electricity company, and we are still providing these different solutions to them. Second is we are working very closely with NEOM.
Now he mentions another name, something called NEOM.
On creating what we call power parks. Power parks is a definition that they created. We are engineering now together a place, 10,000 square meter, that will allow them to be dismantled and installed in just 1 week. So it's a plug and play park where they will provide, I think in each park, 5 megawatts of power using diesel engine.
5 megawatts of power using diesel engines, and that's in coordination with the Saudi government and something called NEOM. So now you've got to search, well, what's NEOM? And that's a whole nother rabbit hole to go down. But the start of it is there's something called a smart digitally enabled system. Digital technologies and artificial intelligence will be embedded in NEOM's renewable energy system. Smart grids and a digital energy platform will enable the optimal provision of energy, automatically adapting supply to demand. Automatically adapting supply to demand. And when I watch these videos in the US with FERC, it sounds like there's going to be a supply and demand issue, and this NEOM place in Saudi Arabia is creating a solution to adapt these supply to demand issues. So I have a feel like if I were to have a theory, they would want to angle Gulf Power to mass produce these Carnage generators, but I don't know if they're going to or not, because that's speculation. And then another kind of theory is that there is something larger happening with the Saudi government and this NEOM place, because it looks like there's work that needs to be done there. They want to incorporate new technologies. They just don't want to do the same old stuff because it's not going to work with the latest and greatest changes that are happening in the world. And we should hear about what's really happening in the next week or two, or they may just not talk about it. I don't know. We'll find out. That's it for this video. Thanks for watching.